Violet Post Ground, Skyhawk 61571 is at PWA Information Foxtrot. We're ready to taxi. We're going to be VFR to the west. We'd like Class Charlie radar service, and you've probably already heard this morning, but we can hear an ELT over here.
Skyhawk 61571 Violet Post Ground, running 17 left, taxi, Bravo taxiway. The ELT was reported 2 days ago, sir.
Great, thank you. I think we're supposed to let you know. So, 17 left via Bravo, 61571.
571 is correct, and thank you for the call in.
571.
Violet Post Ground, Skyline 763, Romeo, ready to Bravo. Information Foxtrot and taxi for takeoff.
northbound, or are you going to maneuver?
I'm on my way to Enid Woodring.
873 Alpha Fox, are you looking for flight following all the way?
Negative, sir.
873 Alpha Fox, radar service terminal, frequency change approved.
Thanks. Careful, Foxtrot.
And 68902 Whiskey, contact Kansas City Center 127.8.
127.8. Thanks, sir.
Oak City departure, Cessna 61571 at 2,500.
Cessna 61571, Oak City departure, radar contact, climb VFR on course.
I'm on course, 571.
out and I'm crossing the road, I'm going to go to my steepest bank angle. Maintaining altitude. Now, as I get out here, just a little bit past my midway point, I want to start to think about rolling to my medium bank. Okay. Do that right about here. So I've got just a medium bank. I'm not using degrees. The number of degrees you need is going to be different for the wind speed every day. So I'm just using shallow, medium, and steep. And I'm making up my own angles as I go here. It's possible for the wind to blow so strongly that you would need too steep an angle, but you just don't do ground reference maneuvers on that day. See how this is working out? We're going to come across this line, this road, perpendicular. Now I'm going to my shallowest bank angle, and I'm waiting to kind of be wings perpendicular to the road as I cross the road. Now, this wind doesn't perfectly line up with these roads, so we're going to have a little bit of a crab angle, but not very much. See how we cross like that? Yep, 180 degrees from where we did the other. Now I'm going into the wind. I'm going to use my shallow bank angle. And one of the common mistakes people make here is they don't go far enough upwind before they start their turn to downwind. So see how I'm letting my slip, pushing upwind here. I'm swimming upstream now. Before I start this turn. And boy, I almost didn't need this much bank angle, but here we go to our medium bank. See how we're gonna start to move really quickly across the ground here. And so here I go with my steep bank, and we gotta get this steep bank going because otherwise we're not gonna have enough time to get turned around and perpendicular before we get there. See how our ground speed is picked up here? Yep. And if I do it just right, I cross the road, leveling the wings, and I go right to that steep bank angle on the other side. Gotcha. You can just take the airplane from right here if you want. Airplane, your airplane. Let's just fly up, wings level here for a second. Try to get this back on track. And because once you get screwed up and you're not straight, it's just very hard to fix again. Right now, try left medium bank. We're far enough north now. South rather, far enough upwind is what I meant to say. One of the really nice things about Oklahoma is that the wind usually blows perpendicular to the road layout. Gotcha. And the roads are laid out on these 1 mile increments. So this is the 1 mile mark. That's the half-mile mark, the fence line is. And then the road is a mile. So you can use these fence lines and roads as indicators of how far off of your original line you are. And it works really well for making sure that your turns are equidistant on either side. Who's our road?
I was just using this one right here.
Okay. That works. Let's try one more here.
I'm gonna go to this second road, this one right here.
Okay, sounds good.
Better.
Yeah, this is the road, so I'll go through. You can end up having to use road and then fence these speeds, this airplane is go just a little bit past the fence line.
Just a little bit past it.
Oh, you want to steep? I'm sorry, yeah. Before you go to your medium bank turn, what I meant.
Gotcha.
Hold it a little bit longer here. Now go to your medium bank. Hold that medium bank.
Alright, gotcha.
If you think about it as three distinct bank angles rather than a variable from one extreme to the other, from 0 to 30, then it really works much better to just use three different bank angles. Okay, let's go to the shallow bank. Now, we're already perpendicular, but the wind is coming from this way a little bit, so we're going to hold the shallow bank till we crab just a little bit that way up.
This road disappears. Just want to go to that next one.
No, it's okay. We can just, we'll fake it. Just a shallow bank right there, and make sure we just push upstream. We're going to, the last one of these we're going to do anyway, so. Here's your half-mile mark. Go a little bit past that. Yeah, those help you space them. And now let's go to that medium bank. That's just right there. We don't want to go start that turn in yet. I kind of want to get around the apex here. And now, right about when you see your ground speed pickup, go to your steep bank. Very well done. That's going to work out just perfectly. And roll wings level. We'll just continue northbound here. Yep. Okay, cool. So those are S turns across the road. Yep. Next thing we're going to do is turns around a point. They are an S, instead of an S turn, they're just the other side of the S folded over on top of the first circle, so that we just fly around circle. Same rules apply. When we have a tailwind, we do our steepest bank. When we have a headwind, we do our shallow one. I'll take the airplane, or I'm going to do them on your side, so you can see. Now here, I come out here to this half-mile mark that I was showing you before. I just line up on it. Grab angle for the wind. Stuff like that. Now look for, how about this intersection right here? Yep. Where the dirt roads come together. Gotcha. Okay, we're clearing the area for towers. And we have an emergency landing area if we need it, but we've got power lines run right here, so we're going to want to keep those in mind if we need to make an emergency landing. That would be a problem for us, but we need to make sure we stay clear of them.
10-11.
So I have the wind at my back. I'm on downwind, just like I would be on downwind at an airport. And so I'm going to go to my steepest bank angle.
Oak City and Liverpool 1 Charlie Echo with you, 10,500.
Looking out here at this half-mile mark.
Charlie Echo, Oak City, departure, roger.
And I'm going to try to line up so the middle of my airplane crosses right over this half-mile mark. Now I'm looking at the next half-mile mark up here, where that road crosses that half-mile mark. I'm going to try to see the wind's coming a little bit from this angle, so I'm just going to push it along here to get up there. Pushing into the wind. And I can already anticipate that as I come around the sort of this part of the turn up here, I'm going to get a significant tailwind because I'm going to be aiming for that spot right there.
2201 X-ray Quebec, Oak
I'm gonna
City.
have to obviously hurry that around.
908.
Okay, so here I went over this spot. Medium bank. The wind starts to blow me that way. And I gotta use this medium bank to get myself out there. Yeah. Even though we're drifting sideways over it, we're gonna go right over the top of it.
2475.
Now I'm looking at this next spot over here. My fate's already sealed on this one. Nothing I can do about that one, right? I'm either crossing it or I'm not. So now I go to my steepest. Gotcha. Got it. Okay, why don't you take the airplane right here? Airplane? Your airplane. Okay, now look up at this guy. Yep.
City approach, Cessna 61571 inbound to Wiley Post with information goal.
Cessna 61571. Contact Wiley Post Tower 126.9 connect.
6.9 Is that my mic making that crappy?
Sounded okay to me. Okay. That's the first time you check in with somebody, which means approach controller. So when you do check in with him, this
short of Alpha, ground point 7.
Left at Alpha 5, short of Alpha 571. Wireless post ground, Cessna 61571 on Alpha 5, parking at PWA.
So 61571, wide post ground. You can pull up to but hold short of taxiway Bravo for the aircraft coming out, then proceed to PWA.
Up to and short of Bravo, and then we'll follow him. 571.